Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Snap, beginning the day at rank 101 and 9 cubes, and continuing to play the budget discard deck from yesterday, which started out rough, but then went pretty well. And we'll see how it goes today. This is at least a fun deck to play, even if it's not very good. So do I want to play Blade? Well, I don't want to discard Swordmaster or Agent 13. I do want to discard Hulk or Death. 50-50 is not very good odds, so I will play Agent 13 to generate another card, which will hopefully be something... Yeah, that's better. Better option to discard. So I will go ahead and... Actually, I think I'll wait on the discards now. I want to play Lady Sif to discard Death, and then Swordmaster Blade on turn 4. My opponent lost Hela. That's a bummer. We're playing the same deck here. Different cards, but essentially the same idea. I don't really have anything I want to discard now, so I'm not going to play Swordmaster or Blade. I'm going to see what my opponent has with White Queen. Okay, so he's discarded Hulk, Death, Hela. He didn't have anything in hand. That's interesting, okay. We'll go ahead and play Cable and Swordmaster. So he top decked Iron Man. And I draw his cow. Well, it's gonna be Nick Fury, Blade, and see if I beat my opponent's one card. No. Don't want to retreat. Actually, I think I'll pressure all the lanes since I know my opponent only has one card. I don't see how he can win. Yep. So in that case, I actually think my card generation effects made a difference. Though Sokovia discarding my opponent's Hela was a very big deal. A very, very big deal. That's really what won the game. So we'll go with Cable to the Raft here. And then Gambit next turn. So we grab Mr. Fantastic. Maybe I'd rather take a shot at destroying whatever my opponent plays with Forge. It's kind of a risk that I might draw Hela and discard that, but we'll do it. Okay, so he filled the Raft. If he snaps now, I will retreat. Okay, so there's Hela, so we'll go Agent 13, Gambit. Gambit doesn't need to go to the Raft. The Raft is likely lost. If he's playing Brood, it's Patriot or it's Silver Surfer. It's the Mr. Negative Surfer version. Opponent snapped. Yeah, Well, I mean, I have Hela. I will have discarded 2 cards. What did I just discard? I forget. I don't think it was that good. As a general rule, if you're playing a budget deck and your opponent's deck seems to be working pretty well and they snap, just back out. If your opponent's deck is working pretty well, assume they have better cards than you if you're playing a budget deck, and therefore assume that their deck has a higher ceiling than yours and you're looking to win when their deck isn't going that well. And you're looking to win in those situations for 4 or 8 cubes. And when their deck is going well, then you're looking to lose 1 or 2 cubes. And with a deck like Budget Discard, that may mean you win only half the games or even less. But I think you can climb still. Card generation, so we can get 2 cards generated. Lady Sif and Nick Fury, that's fine. I got Absorbing Man and Maria Hill. We'll go ahead and discard 2 cards with Blade. It's Maria Hill, Absorbing Man. And then we'll go ahead and kill 2 of the opponent's cards with Gambit. And hopefully draw Hela. It will be a very mighty Hela if I do draw it. There it is. So Death and then Hela.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Spider-Man is fine. Interesting. I'm not going to risk Swordmaster. We'll just play Death. If I add a copy of Death to my opponent's hand, is it going to be 4 cost? I think it might be. And we'll enter the slot machine. Null is 17 power. I should be able to beat that. Yep. Three out of 4 times I will discard something I want to discard. So I'll play Blade here. And Lady Sif will get rid of one of the 6 drops. Even if I discard Swordmaster, it's not the end of the world, though I would prefer not to. I would prefer to discard 2 of the others and then use Swordmaster and then draw. That's great. So that works out. And then I hope I draw Hela and not actually sure I want to discard Nick Fury. Because if I don't draw Hela, I think I actually want to play him. I'm gonna play Agent 13 here and nothing else. I could play Swordmaster and accept the 50-50 that I discard Nick Fury. But I might want to keep Nick Fury in case I don't draw Hela, and then I'll get the 3/6 drops and maybe sneak a win that way. If I draw Hela here, I'll be sad I did this. If I don't, then it will have been a pretty good play. So my opponent's deck is working pretty well. I think. I'm not actually sure what he's playing. He's got Sarah, so he's going for a big play. What's that big play going to be? So I'll draw 3/6 drops, and then I have another opportunity to draw Hela. I have discarded pretty big cards, the Hulk and Infinite. It's only 1 in 4 that I draw Hela, though. See what Nick Fury gives. Okay, so it's a Silver Surfer deck. My opponent has 3 cards left. I'm losing at all locations. I could pull all the 3 drops over the Superflow with Magneto. Unlikely to give me the win, though. Just retreat out of this one. I don't think Superflow will be useful turn 1 here unless I draw a 2-drop, but it'll be useful turn 3. Go with Lady Sif first. And Gambit can take out the Groot. Or possibly something else. Cerebro would also be a good thing to take out. Infinite was a good discard. Once again, I don't really want to discard Nick Fury. Gonna play him. And maybe discard something next round, one of the 6s. So he's playing Cerebro 6s, it looks like. I think I'm gonna play my 6 drops here. Let's play Dr. Doom. There's Hela. So we'll snap on this. Seems good. Well, so far this deck is continuing to climb. And it's fun. I don't know if I'd recommend buying these cards from the token shop just for this deck though. In fact, I probably wouldn't. But if you have the cards already, it's fun to play. Seen a lot of Superflow today. I think the card I want to play here is Nick Fury. Generate more 6 drops to discard. I don't want to copy him. Well, actually that changes things. Sinister London. I think now I want to copy the Hulk. That's too good. It may go to Superflow. I'll be sad. Hulk went to Superflow with Galactus. That is unfortunate for my opponent. Let's see what his best play is, and then I may just skip turn 5 and play the Infinite. Or I could play Nick Fury and see what my 6-drop options are, and I'll also have my opponent's 6-drop to consider. Okay, so he kills my Hulk. But I have Death. And then I could play Nick Fury and Blade for another 10 power. This came from my opponent's hand? No, which came from my opponent's hand? Oh, Death did. So the Death was 5 cost, so I know my opponent's going to be playing that. There's been no snaps yet. Okay, so my opponent's going to play Death and She-Hulk. That's going to be 22 power. That'll put him at 28. So if I play Gambit and Blade, is that any good? Did I discard any cards this game? Man, I cannot remember. Nick Fury and Blade will be 10. That would put me at 28. We would tie. Alright, let's play for the tie. That's the best I can do.
Squad still a little light.
Oh, okay. I thought it was She-Hulk. And Death. Well, alrighty. Nothing I really want to discard here. So we'll just try to generate something. Star-Lord, nah. It's a Mindscape game, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna keep the Star-Lord just to reduce the chance that I accidentally discard Blade with Swordmaster or vice versa, and I'm going to wait one more turn before I start discarding things to increase the odds that I will draw something that I actually want to discard Well, that just got worse. But Hella's swapping hands anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I discard her here. In fact, I want to get all these big cards out of my hand because I don't want to give them to my opponent.
Avengers! Assemble.
Looks like a Spectrum deck. Could be Spectrum Destroyer. I want to copy a card in my opponent's hand, bottom of the deck, just to give back to them. I absolutely do not. So let's see what my opponent is going to give me. I know I just gave him Cable. Okay. Yep. I agree, unless he top decked something that would give him the win. Well, this time Sakar was not as kind, though I wouldn't have liked it to play Hela. And my opponent's playing, it looks like a Silver Surfer deck. Oh, rip Hela. Retreat. You got it.
Escaped.
Black Bolt. And let's see, this looks like Patriot immediately. Oh yeah, it's certainly Patriot. Is it Patriot and Silver Surfer, or just Patriot? So far I have no discard effects. That's pretty bad for me, to be honest. If my opponent snaps, I'll just back out. Because if he has Patriot, there is absolutely no way I can win. There it is. So, second he snaps, I am out of here. I should skip this turn and then play Infinite on turn 6 to Sinister London. Oh, is 20 power enough? I actually think I win. Yeah. That is surprising. Lady Sif to discard Death will be on turn 3. See if I draw a turn 2 play here. Well, I'll play the Agent 13. Death costs 0 now, so I don't really want to discard it. anymore. Now the discard will be Hulk from Lady Sif. I got Forge. But I don't want to discard Hulk either because I can just play him on turn 6. So I'm going to play Forge into White Queen. Turn 6 I have Hulk Death. That should be pretty good. And I'll be able to see what my opponent has. My opponent has Leader. So I want to play Death now. And then I want to play Gambit and take a shot at destroying my opponent's She-Hulk, I guess. One in 4 times I discard Leader, and that would be pretty bad because I don't want to do that. Hulk is fine. And I did get the She-Hulk. So now it's time for... okay. Is this deck actually good? Or are people just kind of messing around at infinite rank and this won't climb? I may try it for climbing next season. If only because I'm enjoying it. Lockjaw. Nick Fury. Do I actually want a copy of him? I don't think so. I'm just gonna play Swordmaster. I don't think I want to play Ultron yet. So we'll go White Queen, then Swordmaster again. And hopefully draw Hela. We'll see what my opponent has. Magneto, okay. But he hasn't played anything to Lockjaw's location. I have to assume he will. Or is it Ultron and then add drones? Maybe get a sneaky win on Savage Land? He hasn't played any 3 or 4 drops. Well, I could pull Lockjaw out of the way. If he tries to play anything there, that'd be funny. We're gonna run it. I don't know if I'm gonna win. We're gonna run it though. At least we can pull a Lockjaw, but Dracula's getting replaced by something. Sunspot, that's great. Captain Marvel may still win it for my opponent. Oh, Dracula won it. By 1. Close game. So that could have gone a lot of different ways. Lockjaw put Dracula back in the deck. Jubilee pulled something random. If Jubilee pulled something with less than 12 power, my opponent loses. So I don't regret going to Showdown there. Though Sunspot was pretty unlucky to pull from his deck, so There's a lot of different ways that one could have gone, but I don't regret going to Showdown. Adding additional cards to the hand is good. If I play Lady Sif right now, it will be a 50-50 to discard Hela. So I will play Blade. Well, not really the card I wanted to discard. You got Leader. Now it discards Death, and that's great. I hope I'll be able to discard Leader at some point. Or Infinite. So I know that's what my opponent's going to play, but he'll just get the Hela and not the other stuff. Dracula, a Ghost Rider. That is a fantastic card to get. I think that may make the play Leader on turn 6. But we'll see. Oh. So does my opponent play Leader? I can play Infinite now. If all my opponent does is get another Infinite, that's fine. I'll lose the hub, but I'll win the other two. I may lose the Dracula lane. The other option is Gambit. My opponent gets Gambit as well. Destroys one of my cards. Are my cards more valuable on average, or are his? 4, 3, 2, 3. So there's 4 I would be fine with getting destroyed. 2 I don't want destroyed. It's 50-50 for my opponent as well. How many cards does he have in hand? 7? So the odds on a good Dracula aren't that good. Oh, he didn't play Leader. Okay. I should have snapped. Leech helped me out there. I like these card generation effects for this deck. I don't know why my opponent's snapping, so I have no reason to retreat yet. Maybe he's got like Psylocke Mr. Negative or something like that, or he's playing Galactus. Looks like could be the Bast Silver Surfer negative deck. But we should find out from the card here. Yep, definitely that's what it is. So if we get a very good Hela play, then we'll stay in it. And if not, then we won't. Since on reveal effects don't happen at nowhere, my opponent may be very limited in what he can actually play here, because he's got to leave slots open at Westview for like the Mr. Negative Silver Surfer play. So Rogue steals nothing. It's just a 3-drop. We'll see what he's got in his hand. Next round, I could play Ironheart to Death's Domain. I could also skip and then play Infinite. Probably don't win the raft if I do that, though. Here comes the Mr. Negative. Iron Man's too good. But I can't play Infinite if I play Iron Man. I know my opponent has Iron Man as well. See what the 6-drop is that I get. Hopefully it wins nowhere. My opponent's probably torn. He doesn't want to give me the 6-drop without getting one himself. He also doesn't want to fill up the raft right now because he doesn't have anywhere else to play. Well, he can play Silver Surfer to Death's Domain. It'll waste the power on the card, but he'll get the on reveal.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
So Silver Surfer will win him that location. Which means he does have a 1-drop there that I can kill. Oh no, Silver Surfer doesn't buff anything there. So I can play Apocalypse. First I want to play Ironheart to maximize the buffs. Then I can play Apocalypse and Killmonger. Or should Killmonger go? Actually, maybe I want to play Gambit. I reveal first. Could kill something over there at the raft. It's 10 power, enough to win nowhere. I'm gonna run it because... Well, do I actually need Gambit? I'm gonna do this. And we'll run it. Brood, okay, so he will win Death's Domain. Great. Should have snapped. In the end, I arrived at the right play there. I don't think Gambit would have been the right play. In fact, I'd probably lose if I play Gambit. Blade 50-50. No, not 50-50. There's only one card I want to discard if I play Blade, and that's Lady Sif. Or Nick Fury, I mean. So, 2/3 chance I discard something I don't want to discard if I played that. Jubilee. That's... With Hela already in hand, that's a good card for me. Gonna risk No, I'm not gonna risk Gambit. Not gonna play Lady Sif. I will play Blade. and hope that I don't discard Jubilee or Hela, or nah, I just hang on to it. Jubilee is too good in this spot. Now let's try the Jubilee.
Opponent snapped.
Interesting that my opponent snapped. My plays aren't bad. I can play Gambit, Blade next round. And if I don't discard Hela, I'm in good shape. Let's see what Jubilee pulls. Nothing good. So let's go Gambit. Doesn't matter where, really. Blade. I lose Mojo World if I do that. I may still. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what I discard. Oh, that's the one I didn't want to discard. Ooh, one cost death. My opponent undoubtedly has death as well, in addition to something else. If I didn't discard Hela, I would have continued. If I discarded Infinite and like Nick Fury. Alrighty, that's a good place to end the video. So in the first video, I think I climbed 14 cubes. In this one, it was 13 cubes. That's good progress. I'm happy with the deck. It is hard for me to say that it's a good deck, but I do like the card generation effects in the deck. I think White Queen provides some antidote to leader because sometimes it gives me their leader as well. And White Queen is just a good card in general. That's one of my favorite cards in the game. I think Nick Fury performs reasonably well. Gambit is mad, rather have Moon Knight. I would probably rather have Captain Marvel than Nick Fury, but that's debatable. I would probably rather have Black Cat than Swordmaster, but that's debatable. What could I remove for Ghost Rider? Maybe Agent 13. Agent 13 is probably the most replaceable of the card generation effects. So like remove Agent 13 for Ghost Rider, remove Swordmaster for Black Cat, remove Gambit for Moon Knight. Maybe remove Nick Fury for Captain Marvel, but maybe not. Potentially could be removing Hulk for Captain Marvel instead. Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed the deck quite a bit and glad that it was able to climb some. So thank you for watching.